Now we will break down. It breaks down to 94 and it will go down to 69, about 69 kilometers per hour. Here, I'm not pressing anything. 69 kilometers per hour. No software ever deployed to any car in the world should have this problem. Hello and welcome to Roaming Norway. I am cruising in this new Tesla Model Y Juniper and I just wanted to talk with you for a little bit about Tesla Autopilot. You know my history with Tesla if you have been watching all the different videos on this channel. I have owned 3 different Teslas and I still own a Tesla. Very happy with Teslas, and I usually praise Tesla with the stuff they are good at, and I also sometimes have some critique. I'm not just a fanboy. This Tesla Model Y Juniper has such a good amount of upgrades. It's such a great car. It feels amazing to drive and to road trip. But there is one major flaw, and that's Tesla Autopilot in Europe. And I want to preface this video by saying that I've heard all the comments saying that Autopilot is on a 6-year-old stack. But that's the stack that's in my car. That's the stack that's in every European's car right now, where that's what you pay for when you buy a Tesla. You get this old stack. What this means is that we have major issues with Autopilot. And just to make this video easy, Autopilot is Tesla's lane holding and adaptive cruise control system working together to drive the car for you on the highway. In the US, they have something called FSD, fully self-driving. This is not the same as Autopilot, and in this video I will only talk about Autopilot. So now I have talked about the thing where people say, oh, it's an old stack. Okay, great, we have old software. That's still not great. And then they push the issue over on EU regulators, because EU won't approve FSD fully self-driving. As you might know, Roaming Norway is a politically neutral channel, so I'm not going to talk politics. I'm just going to state the facts. So they talk about, okay, so the EU regulators won't approve FSD, but why should we still have a subpar experience driving the cars on the road today? And why something that I can't understand it at all. Why can't they fix Autopilot on this specific stretch in Norway? We're now coming up on a stretch of highway that was finished in 2020 during the pandemic, called E6 Hamar-Moelven in Norway. So basically it's just a part of E6 that was upgraded to 110 kilometers per hour 4-lane highway, like you see here. This is how highways are in Norway, but this stretch is particularly bad with Autopilot. It's so bad that the car brakes randomly for no reason, and it brakes even though it's on lane holding with adaptive cruise control that we are on now, or just traffic aware cruise control, which you can activate by going into the settings. It still happens, so you can't avoid it. The car will brake on the highway if you use ADAS or advanced driver assistance systems. So there is no way to avoid this other than not using driver assistance systems. So I want to bring up the next point, which is, okay, who does it better? If this is something to do with the Autopilot stack or all the map data, which is the 2 culprits that me personally I've done some investigation on this actually, because I think it's a major issue for Tesla in Norway. So even if it's old map data, doesn't this happen to all cars that use the same kind of Google map data? No, it doesn't. I just drove a Skoda Enyaq, which is basically a ID4 on this stretch with Volkswagen Travel Assist. And Volkswagen Travel Assist, it's such a good, nice experience on the highway. No phantom braking, automatic lane changes. Of course, you can get that with enhanced Autopilot, so it's not fair to say that that system is better, because that's an additional package. We know the Germans. But I just wanted to say that Volkswagen Travel Assist, Volkswagen, which has so many issues with software, so many issues with creating electric cars. They do a better driver assistance system than Tesla in Norway, and specifically on this stretch in Norway. And okay, so if it works everywhere outside this stretch, which it doesn't, it actually has issues other places as well, down in Europe. And if you have had any issues, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear about more issues, and I need to gather more data because I want to follow this issue. As you might know, I make this video yearly to talk about the issues with Autopilot in Norway. Here is another issue: Norwegian on-ramps. It gets confused when the right lane marking disappears. Anyway, that's not the part of this video. I'm just going to talk about major issues with phantom braking. If this happens mostly on this stretch, isn't it fine then? No, this is one of the most traveled highways in Norway. It's the E6. If you are going from south, for example, Oslo, and then further north, you will need to travel on this road. It's a very, very normal road to travel on. So it's a super important road. So let's drive over to the issue area and I will show you what the issue is. Now we are driving into Hamar, and there we had our first phantom brake. Let's adjust speed a little bit. Small little tap on the decelerator or the brake pedal, depending on what you call it. And nothing dangerous. I just felt a little, you know, jolt in the car. That's okay, super annoying, but not dangerous. I know that we will have more issues on this road though. So let's make sure that we are in a safe position to test the system. I'm of course just driving, I'm following the speed limit, and I have both hands on the steering wheel. You can see the entire Autopilot screen in front of me here. Now it phantom brakes. I'm not braking, it's braking down to 80 kilometers per hour, but we have someone in the rear, so I tap the accelerator to go forward. Isn't that absolutely insane? And it will continue to do so multiple times throughout this video, and some are worse than others, and it is exactly in the same spots. Make sure to take a look at the driver assistance system here. Do you see if the driver assistance system sees something? Does the speed limit change? Anything at all? This system isn't even supposed to change its speed based on the speed limit. But there are so many layers of issues here that you kind of start to wonder if the system is kind of active on this stretch and not any other stretch, and that it has bad map data together. So this bridge is fine. Now we know that. I kind of want to, I don't know, update you on this and see if it develops, something changes, but it seems to be the exact same locations every time, which is super interesting to me. Let's see if something happens here. I also want to note that nothing is in the navigation here. The regulators say or whatever, okay, hard brake, down to 102 kilometers per hour. I didn't do anything, I don't touch the pedals, I don't adjust the speed. You can see that the cruise control speed is 110 there. Still, it's usually an issue. Okay, down 5 kilometers per hour. Just so annoying. Unfixable problem, and unfixable problem would see this kind of behavior in other areas. This is a bad hotspot. There we are braking for no reason, pretty hard, down to 97 kilometers per hour. It has nothing to do with the cars in front of us. Autopilot is active. We have someone in front of us, but they are moving away because they are driving faster than the speed limit. So we are kind of alone. We have no one right behind us, which is nice. And the car is braking down to 96 kilometers per hour. Okay. Exact same location, exact same sequence of event, which I think is, it's almost hilarious if it wasn't for being like dangerous, and makes me just say, if you're commuting on this stretch on the E6 in Norway, don't buy a Tesla, buy something else, buy something with travel assist. I just drove travel assist back and forth here perfectly fine, no phantom braking issues. I drove Xpeng G6. I have driven many other cars on this stretch, no phantom braking issues. But here we are with the Tesla with phantom braking issues here. And we are waiting for a future software. Just fix it tomorrow. Here we have another bridge. Do we have any braking? Yes. Down a little bit, just a brake stab, I would say. Just incredibly annoying there. Now we are driving through the cursed city again, which is Brumunddal, which is where this all happens in like a sequence of events. Hard braking, hard braking, hard braking, down to 83 kilometers per hour. No one behind us, of course. This would be quite a brake check, I would say. So that happened the last turn through the Brumunddal here as well. So yeah, it just happens and happens every time. Now it braked down to like 79 kilometers per hour again, and even lower. Absolutely insane behavior on this stretch. Now we will brake down. It brakes down to 94 and it will go down to 69, about 69 kilometers per hour. Here, I'm not pressing anything. 69 kilometers per hour. Now it will accelerate a little bit. Not up to 110 kilometers per hour. It will accelerate up to around 90, and then it will stay there for a bit, brake a little bit, and then up to 110 once we are further down this stretch. So now it's closer to the speed I want, which I set Autopilot to do. Down to 69 kilometers per hour on the highway. That's a hard brake check, I would say. So very disappointed with Tesla Autopilot. I don't really care that it's an old stack or whatever. I'm a customer of the product and this sucks. Today, Tesla should absolutely fix it and be ashamed of themselves. Volkswagen's travel assist system doesn't do this on this stretch, and a bunch of other driver assistance systems work fine on this stretch. Really, all driver assistant systems aside from Tesla Autopilot work on this stretch. And it's not just this specific example. This happens multiple times throughout this stretch at the exact same locations with the exact same braking. There we just had a little brake stab. That's usual Tesla Autopilot stuff on this stretch. But like you saw inside closer to the city there, you saw it break down to 69 kilometers per hour. It even goes lower some places on this stretch. Again, exact same locations and exact same behavior. Down to the exact same kilometers per hour. It is the exact same sequence each time. So it's very predictable, at least. But it's super annoying. It is super dangerous, and it's just absolutely insane that a software company like Tesla can't fix this. And this should be fixed yesterday. And this has been so like this for 5 years on this stretch, and it hasn't been fixed yet. 5 years and it hasn't been fixed. And it has nothing to do with FSD, obviously, because it's been an issue for longer than FSD has been really that relevant as it is today. And yeah, we're not waiting for the FSD stack stuff to come to the highway. This is today, and it's been here for 5 years. So Tesla needs to start to apologize for it being like this for 5 years. You saw it break there. I'm not pressing any accelerator or brake pedal. I went here at night to make sure that there was no one else on the road so that I could test this safely. So that's how Tesla Autopilot works in Norway on the E6. The most popular highway in Norway. There we had another brake stab. Super annoying. Sometimes it's braking down to like 60 kilometers per hour on the highway, where the speed limit is 110 kilometers per hour. Some people say that it's the map data. Some people say it is the old Autopilot stack. But no software ever deployed to any car in the world should have this problem, regardless of it being old or not. It is absolutely insane that Tesla shipped it like this, and it's even more insane that they have let it be like this for 5+ years. And it happens every time. It happens with hardware 3, it happens with even earlier hardware revisions, it happens with the Model S, it happens with the Model X. the Model 3 and the Model Y, and it happens with all of them every time at the exact same locations. Everyone complains about this. This is the #1 complaint with Tesla owners in Norway, is this specific stretch on the E6 from Hamar Moelven, which is what it's called. So thank you for watching this clip about Tesla Autopilot in Norway. What's your opinion? Do you think this is okay for Tesla to ship this product? And to be honest, it doesn't even matter what the regulators said. They should never, ever have shipped this product to cars in Norway, in my opinion. Braking hard on the highway is extremely dangerous. Okay, they may have a mishap with a bad software release. Okay, fix it. Tomorrow, emergency update release. That's the right thing to do. But instead, they have delayed it for 5 years. And it's still doing the exact same thing at the exact same locations for all Tesla drivers in the entire country, which I find absolutely insane. Anyway, thank you for watching this yearly update on this cursed stretch of road. Maybe next year Tesla will fix it, but I'm super disappointed in Tesla, and that's something I absolutely do not like about Teslas, is this behavior here. Okay, you can have a bad ADAS system, but this is not bad. It's extremely flawed, in my opinion. So leave a comment down below if you have similar experiences any other place, or if you have driven this stretch here, and if you have the same experience as me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this Roaming Norway YouTube video.